hear the audible, but he hears the natural. What you saying, Reverend? God can hear an oak tree sip water. Can I preach this thing in here? God can hear a dove in flight. God can hear the hair grow on your head. God can hear a blade of grass break through Mother Earth. Now, if God can hear all of that, surely, if you cry, Lord, have mercy, surely, if you cry with a sincere heart, surely, if you cry with a contrite heart, he will hear your cry. Yeah, I know I'm going to say ground when I say God heard you when you were dying. That's the only reason you're here today. God heard you when drugs were about to take you out. That's why you're here today. God heard you. When you was in that terrible condition, and he fixed it for you. You couldn't get a word out, but he heard you. Just like he told Moses, I heard the cry of my people in Egypt, and I come down to see about them. And you don't tell Pharaoh to let. You got something. Shout about it. Secondly, you know that you got something to shout about when God has made some profound provisions for you. Some profound. The man in the text had no provisions at all until he met Jesus. In fact, he was homeless and needy. Before he met Jesus, he probably fought with the dogs over the food that the dogs were eating from the garbage can. Y'all ain't gonna help me. He sleeps in a dark corner in the back alley. He grabbed the rags off the street to make some clothes to cover his naked body. Before he met Jesus, every day was a struggle just to survive. Oh, I know I'm talking to somebody up in here. But after this short encounter with the Lord, the man in the text was provided a profound provision. First of all, he was healed. And by being healed, he could go home. And by going home, he could eat from his own table. Jesus provided him with something that he couldn't obtain for himself. It was profound because he was released from life dungeon. It was profound because what he had was a death sentence. Listen here, not long ago, I was in the barber shop, and this woman was there with her young son, and she was getting his hair cut. And as usual, when I'm in the barber shop, I'm always evangelizing and talking, and we struck up a conversation and started having a little church in the barber shop. And as I was talking about how good God is, she got up out of her seat and just started dancing. Now I'm looking at her like, I wanted to make sure everything was all right. I wanted to make sure she wasn't just going off in the barber shop. Everybody comes in the barber shop, but all kind of folk, you don't know whether they sing or insane. So I wanted to make sure that everything was all right, because she was going to town, and she started at the front of the barber shop and danced all the way to the back, and then danced her way back, and then got in one spot, just kept right on dancing. And she continued praising God, and afterwards she said, Reverend, you have to excuse me because you don't understand. You don't understand. Just a few months ago, my credit was all jacked up. Just a few months ago, I had gone through a nasty divorce. Just a few months ago, my husband left me with my one son here, and we was outdoors, and I went to try to get a house, and I couldn't get one. I even tried to get an appointment, and they wouldn't let me said, I went home where I was living at the time in a shelter. Ain't nobody gonna help me. And I prayed to the Lord. And then when you start talking about how good God is, it just made me understand. Because see, rather when me and my son leave here today, we not going back to the shelter, but we going to a house that God has provided for me. And I know I didn't deserve, but because God is so good, He gave me something that I know. His sister was shot in the barber shop because he was not in a house. But somebody in here ought to be shot because he provided deliverance from drugs. He provided a second chance from a felony conviction. He provided a way out of a bad relationship. He provided provisions that you couldn't get for yourself. He made a way out of nowhere. Gave you blessings that you don't deserve. Pick you up when you know He didn't have no business picking you up. God provided. You got something? Am I talking to somebody? You got something? Yeah. To shout about. I gotta close. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be long today. I gotta close. But finally, you know that you have something to shout about. When God gains your public praise. Let me see if I can close. Listen here. Too many of us treat God like an ugly date. You ain't gonna pray with me now. You know how we do when we go on an ugly date. Yeah. We don't mind spending time with Him behind the scenes. We don't mind hanging out with Him alone and don't nobody see us together. I wish I had one witness in here. We don't mind acting like we love Him alone and don't nobody else know it. We don't mind being close to Him and cuddling with Him when we're all alone. But we act like He don't even exist when we get around our friend. Because He's just an ugly thing. Somebody ought to help me now. But here